All right, I have a very important question for you. Have you kept up on your New Year's resolution goals? Chances are by now you might have dipped into some chocolate ice cream. You might have skipped a day at the gym. It happens, right? Every New Year's, we have the opportunity, and it's very popular in the current culture in the world that we live, to set New Year's resolution, a goal for the future, for the new year, to better ourselves and to become a better version of ourselves. Now, I noticed something very interesting about our New Year's resolutions. If you look at the most common New Year's resolutions, although they are good intending, they are all self-focused. You think about, I want to go to the gym to get my body in shape so I look better. I want to eat healthier so that my skin looks better and that I feel better on the inside. I want to save money so that I can have opportunities to go travel in the future, or I want to do something special for myself. I'm going to take time to just sit and take long naps so that I can enjoy my mental health. Now, these things are not bad per se, but they become the focus of who we decide we're going to be. And as Christians, it's very important that we don't fall into the philosophies of the world, and we don't allow our New Year's to be defined by who we want to be, but we ask God, the creator of all things, and say, God, who have you created me to be? The world that we live in is very self-focused. When you go on Instagram, when you go on YouTube, when you go on TikTok, when you talk to people around you, it's all about finding these tips and tricks and life hacks and philosophies and morning routines and all of these different things to try to better who you want to be and who you are. To define success as these 5 easy steps or whatever it may be, it's so easy to become self-focused on the things that we want. But God is calling us to humble ourselves, seek Him, and see who He has called us to be. In 1 Timothy 4, 7-8, it says, "But reject profane and old wise fables, and exercise yourself towards godliness. For bodily exercise profits a little, but godliness is profitable for all things." You see, I love the scripture because it talks about the importance of exercising ourselves towards godliness and placing that over all the life hacks, all the tips and tricks towards success that the world offers as what they would say is the key to success. It's very important that we ask ourselves, who do we want to be? You see, God knew you before the foundations of the earth. In the Bible, it says that God knew you before you even entered your own mother's womb. And it's very easy for us to create an image of who we want to be based off of the things that we see others doing or the image of who we want to be in someone else. But we need to ask, God, who are you calling me to be? You see, God has placed a unique and special gift inside of you. In 1 Timothy 4, later on in verse 14, it says, "Do not neglect the gift that is in you, which was given to you by prophecy with the laying on of hands of the eldership." God has given you something special and unique. You don't need to follow the philosophies and the trickery of the world and idolize the people around you, but you just need to humble yourself and say, God, who is it that you are calling me to be? God, what gift have you planted inside of me? In verse 15, it says, "Meditate on these things. Give yourselves entirely to them, that you may progress to be evident to all." It's important that we give ourselves fully to God, not get distracted by the self-glorification or trying to promote who we want to be, but saying, God, I know that you placed this gift inside of me and I want to become everything. I don't want to settle. I want to give it my all. And in verse 16, it says, "Take heed to yourself and to the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing you will save both yourselves and those who hear you." God has given us the opportunity to be just like Him, to be made to be those trees of life, just like in Ezekiel 47, that we would have fruit for food and leaves for medicine to those around us. So let's not get distracted in New Year's resolutions that promote self-living or selfish desires or self-glorification, but let's humble ourselves, slow down and say, God, what is the gift that you have placed inside of me? And how do I become all that you have called me to be? Because I'm not the creator, you are. So God, who is it today that you are calling me to be?